This video talking about the Vishuddhi powers explained. Recently I watched many YouTube videos by Sadhguru talking about the power of the throat chakra, and he says something like along the lines of, you don't have to go there to do something there. You can do it here. Things over there don't have to be that way. You can just change them while you're here. It didn't make sense to me at first. Energetically, I understand what he's talking about, but I didn't have any concrete examples. Only after I put on these special, very magical beads, which are made out of a very particular type of metal, a very, very sacred metal, one of the most sacred metals on earth. In fact, a person just recently purchased this piece of metal from me, and I have seven more exactly like it, selling for $80 USD. Shameless promotion here for myself. This is what it is. And go back to watching my previous videos talking about this very specific and powerful metal coated with sterling silver. You send me $80, I'll ship it out to you. After I put on these beads and all of my necklaces that I have, and I added more weight to my body, magical things started happening to me. I became much more healthier in my energy field and lots of things were clearing out. But in addition to this, my friends, I saw that the throat chakra can be moved to your hand. When it's moved to your hand, you have capabilities beyond anyone's wildest imagination. That's when yogis move things with their minds. That's what it's called. You don't actually move anything with your mind. You move something with your energy. So it's said that the difficulty of moving the throat chakra is extremely hard. It's the rarest chakra to blossom in a human being, and also it's the most difficult to access and acquire and work with. So moving it is a very big challenge, let alone working with it. Moving it is a totally different, separate thing. But I've added a lot of this power into myself and onto myself. Okay, $80 USD, shameless plug. 7 more, get yours while supplies last. That as I've added more of this power into myself, more power was added. And this happened to me. I just became relaxed and decided to lay down in my bed, and as I was relaxing, meditating, and peacefully examining my mind, and my energy went to my right hand, the blue electric energy, and I could feel I literally did something in my life. Not physically, I didn't move anything with my mind, with my energy. That's just silly. Yeah, there's no reason to do that. I'd rather get up and use it with my body. But a big life situation kind of unwielded itself, and I did it out of my own power, and I could see how this life situation is changing. I literally changed the energy of that situation, and that's all that there is. That's the most fundamental way of change or of manifestation or of getting something done, is you change it on the energy level first. Because on the physical level, you can do 1,000 things, but the actual foundation of the universe is energy. You know, Tesla had this very famous quote: if you want to understand the universe, you have to think of energy, frequency, and vibration. Well, exactly like that. You can change the energy of a situation, and that situation changes. So it's all as a result of this. Second part of this video, my friends, I want to talk about my good friend and ally. I can call him a friend. That's very rare for me. His name is GJ. GJ, shout out to you if you're watching this. Very good friend of mine, someone that I met, someone that traveled 9 hours to see me by bus, which is very wild and crazy. First time that's ever happened to me. When he first came and he said, I traveled 9 hours to come to you, see you, I thought, okay, I knew this was a point in time in my life that I have to become much more responsible, because this human being invested so much time and energy, and in the hopes that I'm something. Well, if I wasn't something, I would be very ashamed, but thankfully he got what he wanted. And yeah, this video is a shout out to GJ because of how much he's transformed within himself. Recently on my Discord, I saw a picture of him with this occult tree that I did videos of a long time ago in this very sacred space. And he shared a picture of him there, and he's kind of leaning back, and I could see his Vishuddhi throat chakra energy, and it's like one with the tree. It's so blue. He has totally eradicated the boundaries that he has here, and that's very admirable to see. I was very impressed. Wow, good job, GJ. Good job. So this man is maybe my #1 biggest fan. He's watched, I would say, the majority of my videos, if not all of my videos. Most importantly, he's watched the first 84 videos that I've ever published on YouTube, which I in the beginning of this journey, I recorded the first video here in my bedroom, actually right there. I was facing that direction. And I said, if you're watching these next 84 videos, I'm going to make this little series. You're going to get a mystical experience. Well, lo and behold, I got the mystical experience. I don't know if any of you did, but I got enlightenment and realization. After the 84th video or 83rd, 86th video, something along those lines, I broke free of the mind, which was very funny for me. So he watched that series. He traveled 9 hours to see me multiple times, actually, and we did lots of spiritual activities together. And yeah, we climbed a mountain together. It was very fun. So yeah, GJ, this is a response to you and how you progress and how you're changing. All thanks to your throat chakra powers. So my friends, as Sadhguru said a long time ago, if you want to activate your throat chakra, there's nothing better than mercury. Mercury is the substance that yogis use to blossom in this way. Now, is mercury dangerous? Absolutely, it's dangerous. You shouldn't touch liquid mercury. You shouldn't go near it. You should stay away from it. It's toxic, blah, 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 blah. Everyone knows the whole story. But is it really? I have some things to say about it. But I'm not going against the majority of the scientists and the so-called smart people. They're going to be berating me in the comments and complaining and crying. Hey, okay, I'm on your side. Mercury dangerous, mercury dangerous, mercury dangerous, mercury dangerous, mercury dangerous. Is that good enough for you? Good job. So this little special metal that I have, it's made of a certain type of element and it's solidified. And unlike the stuff that you get from most stores, when you rub it, it loses maybe I'll find it. Give me one moment or 1 second, because I believe I have an example here to show you. And it looks like I do not. That's okay. So, okay, whatever. I'm not going to give you any little scientific explanations. I'm going to give you my own insight and intuition, because that's the most reliable thing in the whole planet. This is 100% safe. This little metal that I'm holding, can you guess what metal it is? No, you can't. Very heavy, very dense metal, and the best metal for activating your throat chakra. In fact, if you have a little bit of energy here, a little bit of work here, and you don't have this, you're just doing yourself a disservice. I wouldn't promote anything on this channel that is frivolous, or, hey, buy my little sticks, or buy a little painting, or buy XYZ. I will in the future. But this is the #1 thing I can 100% stand behind and feel confident and safe that all of you are going to enjoy it, or the majority of you are going to enjoy it. There's always people that are sad or upset or this or that or the other thing. This is 100% safe. I wouldn't advertise as if it wasn't. I've had this for years and I'm perfectly fine and sane, much more than a lot of people. And my friends, you need this. If you're working on your throat chakra, you need this, okay? This hangs up in your room. I have one hanging. This is like a portable fireplace. It just burns up negative energy so easily. It hangs up in your room. It has a diameter of like 3 meters and it creates a nice energy in your room. Well, if you're not sensitive, you're going to have to take my word for it. You're going to have to just believe me. That's really all that you can do. But when you hold it in your hands, you'll feel for the first time you're actually holding something precious. This is precious. This is not some little frivolous thing I'm selling to make money or whatever. I am selling this to make money. Hello. That's the point of money, is to get it. But no, not like that, my friends. This is very valuable and you will be very privileged to purchase this from me. So the PayPal link down below, $80 US, and you send me your address and I'll ship it out literally today. I've already sold one, the one that I showed in my first video, the one that was standing next to the Adiyogi. So that's going out to you, my friend, living in Malaysia. I've been there many years ago. Very nice place, very warm, very pleasant feeling. I like Malaysia. So let me see if I can add 1 or 2 more things about the throat chakra. Throat chakra is blue. I have to show you this little painting that I have here. I purchased this a while ago, and it's a picture of the Adiyogi with electric blue color. This type of blue is very close representation of what the throat chakra is. It is, but the throat chakra is all shades of blue, and it can feed off all types of blue. This particular color is so giving. You can take a lot from it. So they chose the right color, the perfect color. And when I first purchased this, it was on a display, and I said, I'm buying this. And the lady was going back into the warehouse to pick one out for me, a brand new one, and I said, no, 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 I want the display one, because whatever the one that you're going to pick for me, it's identically the same visually, but actually it's not. They printed it, and it's, even though microscopically, I mean, even though visually it may appear the same, it's not the same. It doesn't have the same effect, doesn't have the same energy, doesn't have the same feel, doesn't have the same quality, hasn't seen the same things. So this one, I knew this one is working very well with me, for me, and this one is kind of active and alive, this painting. So I wanted this one. I didn't want some identical one, but it's not identical. It's different. So that's a distinction that every one of you has to make when you're living your life. You have to be sensitive to the reality around you and not just be a blind, blind person walking around not knowing what's going on. So I have this element. It's fantastic for the throat chakra. In fact, when I have so much of this because all I wanted to do was to consume this and feed off this and use my energy with this. Not consume this, that's not how it works, but energetically consume this. It's just feeding me, feeding my soul. So it's just the most magical, magical, magical element. It's so delicious. It's so tasty. It's so beautiful. It's much more beautiful than gold. You know, I've had gold ounces before, and I'm just looking at it, but there's nothing much you can do. You could just stare at it, and that's it. And you can sell it. That's about it. This is much more versatile. This is one of the most magical elements on earth. And in fact, if you're practicing magic, you need this. If you want spiritual protection, you must have this. You must get this. Spiritual protection, physical or energetic safety, also physical safety. This is very dense. This has many more properties than you can think of. Burning up negative energy, creating a nice, pleasant atmosphere in your